All right, the walkthrough and the tour is done, and now the hard work of moving in begins. Before we move in, let's talk about my process for buying this RV. It might seem like it was a really rash decision and impulsive, but it was actually 6 or 7 or months or a year or 2 years actually in the making. So I'm going to share with you my process of how I found the RV and what my process was of buying it. All right, you ready to hear that? The beauty of being a nomad is that I've been able to research used RVs all across the country, all across different seasons. So I actually started seriously looking in Tallahassee. Remember Tallahassee when I first, my first round of this stage of Matilda issues, the generator and all the things, the brakes and all the things that broke down after I took it to that shop in near Lady Lakes, Florida. Well, in Tallahassee, I was thinking, oh my gosh, okay, Matilda has to go. I can't do this anymore. And so I actually started looking then. That was in May. And what I learned is that number one, you don't want to buy an RV in the summer. And number two, you don't want to buy an RV in Florida. The prices were really high. And I just kind of knew that because of my research, because I was looking all across the country because I'm mobile. I could go anywhere. And so I was even looking into Georgia and North Carolina and looking at prices. And I did determine that Florida prices were really high and that I didn't want to buy it in Florida. I also just instinctively knew that summertime the prices were going to be higher because everybody's looking, right? So I didn't really want to have to buy an RV in the summer. And then driving cross country and heading back west, when I started having another round of issues with Matilda, I don't record everything that goes on in my life. There are some things that I choose to keep to myself. And there was a round of just bad issues. Just things that happened with Matilda along the way that just really were in some ways devastating, and it was just so hard for me to deal with it that I just didn't really want to share it publicly and just hear more I told you so's and things like that. So there were a whole bunch of things going on with Matilda that I didn't even share with you. So I was in Oklahoma, Texas, and I started looking again, and I was thinking, I'm going west. I can go northwest, I can go midwest, I can go southwest. So that gave me a whole lot of options for looking at used RVs. So I looked at RV Trader, and I looked at Craigslist, and I started looking in all the different cities: Branson, Missouri, Oklahoma City, St. Louis, Albuquerque, of course, Austin, Texas. I mean, I was really looking across the board in the direction that I was heading to see what might be available. And I called a couple different places and talked to a couple different people. I emailed about some of the ones that I saw that were within my price range. And basically, the one in Albuquerque, my 2005 or 2004 Itasca, was the one that kind of rose to the top of all of that research that I was doing as I was heading cross country. And so I was like, all right, I'm heading to Albuquerque. Let's take a look at this puppy. So that was really kind of like this stage of my research into looking for an RV, and I'm going to talk in another video coming up why I stuck with a Class C. I did a video months ago about shopping for Class B motor Trek vans, and I'll put a link to that video up here so that you can see my experience shopping and looking at a motor Trek and why I decided at that point I didn't want to go with a van, because I thought I might want to go with the van. I knew I wanted to go smaller, and because I wanted better maneuverability and I wanted to be able to go places that I couldn't go with Matilda, so I knew I wanted to go smaller. But again, I'm going to talk about all of that in another video, and why I stuck with a Class C, why I didn't go with a Class A, why I didn't go with a van, and why I don't go with a trailer that you pull with a vehicle. And I'm going to be sure, I always get this wrong. I think it's this side. Yeah. Be sure to subscribe here because that video is going to be coming up, and I'm going to talk in depth the pros and cons of all of the above that I just talked about. So by the time I got to Albuquerque and went to look at this RV, I wasn't sold on it. I wasn't emotionally involved in the RV at that point. And even after spending half the day or a better part of the day going through it, touring it, doing a walkthrough, testing all the systems, doing a test drive, and then 2.5 hours of negotiation. So many of you saw the sticker price because I showed that on purpose just to let you know give you an idea of what a mobile home like this might go for, sticker price, but that is not what I paid. And I'm not going to share with you what I paid, but I do want to talk to you a little bit about the negotiation process. For one thing, I wanted to pay cash. I did not want, I've said this over and over and again, I didn't want to finance anything. I wanted to pay cash. I knew how much cash I had, and I knew that's it. I mean, this is the bottom line. This is how much cash I have. I also just want to share with you that the amount of cash I had still left me enough for registration, license, and taxes, and a little bit left over in case something happened. You know, I didn't want to completely deplete my bank account. That would have been insane. So I went into the dealer. I had actually looked at I parked near another dealer down the street where I saw a Class A at like a 1995 23 or 24 foot Class A, and the sticker price on that was $12,000, and I toured that. It was in really, really, really good shape, and I was prepared to go back and test drive that. I hadn't been looking at a Class A, but I really liked it, and it was in really good shape. So when I went to Ma and Pa RV, I had just looked at that $12,000 Class A, which was below my budget, and I thought, you know, okay, it's older than I wanted, but it's below my budget, and it was in great shape and very well taken care of. So the negotiation process, I'm going to share a little bit with you for those of you who are intimidated about negotiation. I used to be really pretty bad at negotiation. When I bought a brand new 2006 Toyota Avalon Limited, and I bought it in 2005, and I went in and I had my dukes up and I was ready to fight because I wanted something and I knew they didn't want to give it to me and I knew it was going to be a battle. And I shared this in another video with the fan club recently that, you know, I have actually gotten more calm, more confident, and more, more patient. And I've actually learned along the way some better negotiation skills. And this commercial that I heard about negotiation skills really hit home with me. And it said, you know, a lot of people go into negotiation as a battle. And they think that it's a zero-sum game. One of us is going to win and one of us is going to lose. And if you go in with that mentality, even if the other person doesn't view it as a battle, as soon as you put your armor on and put your guard up and start battling, the other person is going to start battling too. And that really rang true with me because that's always how I have viewed negotiation. Well, this time I went in and I didn't view it that way at all. I knew that we could find middle ground. Or if we couldn't, I was prepared to walk away. And I think that was the secret. I wasn't emotionally involved even after spending 3 or 4 hours. I was ready to walk away because I knew how much money I had. I knew how much money I wanted to spend. I think that's another benefit of paying cash. Financing, that can be really fluid, right? Well, how much can you give me? Can you give me more? But with cash, it's like, this is how much I have. Take it or leave it, pretty much, you know. And there were a couple times I was ready to walk away. And, you know, it wasn't adversarial at all. It was a very friendly conversation about, well, I'm sorry, this is all I can have. All I have, what can we do? And in the end, with the trade-in, I'm just going to say that we were able to come to an agreement that I think we were both very, very happy with. It was a long couple-hour process, and there were a couple of times I said, no, I can't do that. I'm going to need to think about it a little bit more. So I'm going to leave now, and I'll think about it, and I'll come back, and I'll let you know what my decision is. That seems to kind of work really well on my side as far as a negotiation. They don't want you to leave. But I was prepared to leave. So I just wanted to share that process with you. And in the end, like I said, we both felt that it was a good negotiation. The other thing I want to talk about is the trade-in on Matilda. I got nothing for Matilda. I mean, what I got for Matilda is absolutely ridiculous. But I want to talk about that. Do I feel that if I'd sold her on Craigslist, I could have gotten more? Yeah, of course. Do I feel like they really lowballed me on her? A little bit? Yeah. Do I feel like a victim? No. And here's why. I have said this before over and over again. A lot of people say, you need to learn how to work on the rig yourself. Do your own mechanical work. Learn how to do brakes. Learn how to do that. So the bottom line is, I am not motivated by money. I know a lot of people are rolling their eyes and not agreeing with that or not believing that, but that's the fact. I am not motivated by money. I am motivated by peace of mind, by having as little stress as possible in my life, and by my free time. I would rather have free time than a couple extra dollars. And so that's why I didn't mind selling Matilda, trading Matilda in for a really, really low amount of money. I almost feel like I limped her into that dealer. And if I would have sold her to somebody, and I thought about it, a mechanic and somebody who wanted to take over all the work that needed to be done on her, she could have ended up being pretty good home to somebody. But think about the logistics of that. Here I am in Albuquerque by myself. How would I handle 2 RVs? Where would I park one? How would the test driving of Matilda go? Another day of dealing with bank issues, trusting somebody, the shape that she was in, who knows how long that would have taken. I didn't really want to stay in Albuquerque. It was getting cold. It was in the teens at night. For me, the value of my time was worth the difference between what I got for Matilda and what I could have gotten for Matilda if I'd sold her myself. My free time and my sanity is invaluable. And so a couple $1,000s, I'm okay with that. And somebody else also said, well, why didn't you give her away? I thought about that, but then again, the logistics of me by myself, I'm only one person. I can't drive 2 RVs at the same time. And the logistics of that and being in the National Forest, and then it would cost me extra money if I wanted to stay in an RV park or if I wanted to put her in storage. And still, how do I get back and forth? And what do I do with Capone? No, it was just too much for me to deal with. I actually even thought about doing a raffle at one point and selling $100 raffle tickets. I thought that would have been fun. And that way somebody could have gotten an RV for $100. So that was my process. In the end, I feel really good about what I got. I really think for what I paid, she's a phenomenal deal. Is she perfect? No, but it was within my price range. Do I expect her to never have any mechanical issues or coach issues? No, of course not. She's still, 2005? She's still 12 years old. But boy, that's 12 years newer than Matilda was. So yeah, all motorhomes break down, even brand new ones. So I do expect to have to put some money into her, but I don't expect to have to... Boy, I don't know. I just can't even explain when things are breaking every day like that with Matilda and just the ongoing issues, replacing the brakes 3 times all the time that I had her, and transmission issues, and then all the stuff in the coach started breaking, and stuff that I knew that was going to break, and people told me no, and then it broke anyway, and just mysterious stuff. I just had to let go of Matilda and start new, and I have absolutely no regrets. I feel like I got a really good deal. She's strong, she's solid, and yeah, I'm going to have to put some money into her in the next 2 years. I know that, and that's okay. I'm prepared for that. So that was my process, and I hope that helps you in your process for searching for an RV, or just answer some of the questions you've had about me and my process. I think the closing thoughts that I want to leave you with before we get into the move is this on negotiation. Just remember that it's not a battle, that it's not a zero-sum game. It can be a win-win situation. Know how much money you have and go in and be firm on that and be willing to walk away. And, like I said, I wasn't emotionally involved in the RV. I actually told him there's one for $12,000 down the street, and I think I might go check that one out again because I wasn't going to pay $20,000 for this RV. Did I think it was worth $20,000? Actually, yeah. Shh, don't tell him I said that. But I wasn't going to pay $20,000 for it. I did enough shopping around to know that what I paid, I got a good deal. The leak that was in the bathroom, I tested the roof. I got up there, I tested the roof, I made sure there wasn't any dry rot, I felt for any soft spots, and the roof is in really good shape. So that leak in the fan was just coming through the fan. There is no damage to the roof, there's no damage to the wood. And other than that, there's a few small things. The light, a lot of you noticed that the light is missing, or the globe is missing on the outside light. Well, that's an easy $2 replacement. There's just a couple other things. The carpet, I'm going to talk about all of that in the video that we have coming. So this is going to be actually a lot longer than I expected it to be. I hope you'll stay with me for the rest of the video as I move in. and get settled and start putting things away. And I'll show you like moving into a 24-foot RV. It ain't pretty, I'm gonna warn you. All right, let's get started. Do this anymore. No, I don't. Goodbye, Matilda. Thank you. Oh, even though it was a lot of problems, this is kind of sad. Wow. Yeah. Bye, Matilda. Hello, Winnebago. All right, let's go inside and say goodbye. Okay. Here she is, all empty. Bye. Oh my God, this is kind of weird. Bye. Let me make sure I got everything. I think I got everything. Wow. Wow. So February, I just looked at the title. I bought her in February. So 3 months shy of 2 years. 2 years seems to be kind of a cycle for me. All right. Bye. Bye, Matilda. I'm gonna miss my faucet. That was probably the first thing I did myself. The old faucet I flipped up and it came off. So I put this one on myself, and it wasn't easy. The washer in it, I guess it's RV only, and that took me all day, and it shouldn't have. And then I painted my refrigerator, which now looks like crap. Painted my walls. This is what I did during the 2016 election. A few days after, I did all of this to keep my mind off things. Yeah, a lot of memories in here. A lot of good memories. Bye, Matilda. Now I want to see the mess I have over there. Look. Oh my gosh. Yeah, look it. It's gonna take me a week to even be able to move around in here. Look at this mess. I have a lot of crap I need to go through. I mean, I actually thought, even though it's shorter, there was a lot of storage in here. Well, right now everything's just crammed because I'm in their parking lot and I really want to go. Right now I don't even know what time it is. I think I started at 11. I'm starving. Look it. Yeah, and I gotta go to Goodwill. Where's my phone? Let's see what time it is. Oh my gosh, it's 2:30. Look at this. I'm hoping that I have at least stuff put away enough that it won't break and slide around when I drive. This right here is going to Goodwill. I've already taken a few bags to Goodwill. Alright, so the next stop, Goodwill. I'm going to get some lunch. I don't know what I can eat. And then I guess I'm going to go back to where I've been. See if I can get a little organized. My new home! Yay! Before and after. Before and after. Bye, Matilda. Oh my God, I can't believe I have a new RV. Oh yeah, let me answer one of the questions you all been asking me a lot lately. When am I gonna get the window fixed? Never!
You're all set, Carolyn.
Yay, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so
We
much.
value and appreciate your business. Thank you, and safe journeys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And this is Adrian Aguilar, and we're at Ma. How can I forget this? I've lived here, it feels like, all day. Ma and Pa RV in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And you saw Mike earlier, the RV tech. I can't tell you just how great I feel about this experience. It was really, really good. And of course, the what do they say? The proof is in the pudding as we drive away and see how she does.
Oh, yeah.
But I feel really confident in the RV that I got and the diligence that they took to walk through everything with me. Doing business with this guy was awesome. It really was. It was the best experience I've ever had buying an automobile.
Thank you.
So thank you
Like
so
I said,
much.
we value
Yay.
your business and appreciate everything.
Thank you. And we're gonna hit the road.
Bye.
All right, you ready to go for a ride? Let's go. Let's do this. Look at how pretty this is. Oh my, what do you think? Look at how pretty it is. You got your seat over there. Okay, let's go find some food and coffee. All right, here we go. Chapter 2.